In this video, I want to introduce you to one of my favorite apps for cleaning up our photos called TouchRetouch. This is a secret weapon that I use all the time to clean up my images and make them look their best. Take a look at this before and after. You see the difference there? It is profoundly better. Now, this isn't a complicated thing. It's nothing you have to shy away from. It's actually quite easy and intuitive to do, and that's exactly what I'm going to show you now. So if I click the share icon on the bottom left here, I'm gonna have a whole bunch of options. And if I scroll up a little bit, one of those options is gonna be import to TouchRetouch. We have a one-click solution that takes us right into the application directly from the photo. So I'm gonna click on that. It's gonna give me the option to import. I'm gonna say yes. And now instantly it launches the app and opens up that photo inside of TouchRetouch. So the first thing we wanna do is remove that glaring distraction right at the top of the frame. And there's a really easy and intuitive way to do this. If I click on lines, it's that second option from the left at the bottom there, and I just start dragging along this line, it's instantly gonna snap into place. And it's gonna do an all right job, but I intentionally wanted to show you that it may not work the first time around, and here's why. This line is a little bit thicker than most other power lines. So there is one thing that we need to adjust here. I'm gonna point your attention to the settings on the bottom right. If I click on that, I'm gonna change the line thickness to thick. And when I do this, let me do this again. Now it will remove it, and it will stay that way. So from here on in, it will remove these thicker cables all within just one click. You don't have to drag across the entire screen, just a part of it, and it will auto-complete the rest of that line. Now these other distractions, let's go ahead and get rid of those too. And then here's another opportunity for me to show you some of the other tools that we have available to us. If I click on this arrow on the bottom left here, I'm gonna click on objects. Now all I need to do is just paint around the object I want to remove. I'll click go, and now that's gone. All right, I'm gonna zoom in a little bit just so you can see what I'm doing, so I can see what I'm doing too. And just paint, click on go. Now that object is removed. Now I'm just gonna drag along this whole thing here. Let's just speed this up a little bit. Click on go, and look at that. Just about perfect. If there's a little bit of a blemish here on the top right, I'll paint on that. I'll get rid of that, and I'm just gonna zoom in a little bit more. And while we're here, let's really take care of all these blemishes here. Maybe this one over here. I'll click on go. And maybe this doesn't really distract me too much, but just to show you, click on go, just like that. Now, if you want to see the before and after, there's an icon at the top right-hand side of the frame here. And if I tap and hold on that, there's my before and there's my after. So the last thing we need to do is simply export this back to our camera roll. That is that icon all the way at the top right-hand corner of your screen. Click on that, and all we need to do is say save as copy. Now before we do that though, I should point you to the settings that's immediately above that in that green bar. If we click on that, we'll have some options of what we can choose to save back to our camera roll. Typically, most of the photos you take are gonna be an HEIC file format. That's the file format for most of the photos on the newer iPhones. So instead of choosing a different quality or anything else, I'm just gonna go ahead and choose that HEIC format. And now we just want to click on that box that says save the current settings, just like that. When I click on that upward facing arrow on the top right, now I'm going to choose save copy. And from here on in, it's always going to save our resulting output file as an HEIC file format. And immediately that photo is waiting for us back in our camera roll. So this is our before, and this is our after. This makes a tremendous difference. It's so simple, it's so intuitive, and I highly recommend you give it a shot. Now that we have a very easy and intuitive way to work on our photos, what happens if we get something like this? This image is a very complicated edit. This would be quite difficult to remove the fence, for instance. But in TouchRetouch, this actually makes it very simple, and it's worth showing you exactly how this works. Now, if I want to remove this fence, here's all I need to do, is click on that word meshes at the bottom. And watch what happens when I do. Take a look at that. It instantly finds the entire mesh or the entire fence. Now, I do want to help it out a little bit more. And on that slider at the bottom there, I'm gonna drag this all the way to the right, and it's gonna start recognizing a little bit more of that fence, a little bit more of that distracting element. Now all I have to do is click go, and watch this. Take a look at that. It gets me every time, it's incredible. Now there are a few things that we need to clean up, of course. It's not gonna get it perfect, but it's gonna get you most of the way there. And this is something that would be an extremely tedious task if we try to do this in other applications like Photoshop. This is so easy, it's so intuitive, and it's something that you now know is an option for you to clean up your photos and make the best images possible. This video was a free preview of the iPhone Editing Academy online course. In this course, you'll discover everything you need to know to edit your photos to perfection using the device that's always in your pocket. Whether you want to breathe new life into your old images or make your best photos even better, you'll find out exactly how to do that on your iPhone. I'll show you the latest photo editing tricks that will transform even average photos into stunning masterpieces in just a few minutes. So if you'd like to learn more about creating incredible photo edits on your iPhone, please take a look at the full version of my iPhone Editing Academy course. You'll find the link in the description right next to this video. So click on that link now and I'll see you inside the full version of this course.